This will be my second year in Ribstock. We just learned about it last year, and we entered and had a wonderful time. It's a great event. We actually came in third place our first time being there. The Taste of Heaven is not your average food truck, and it's more than a food truck. Just to give you an overview of how we got started, some 12 plus years ago, we started feeding children in food insecure areas. And so what we discovered is that many of the youth in certain zip codes were going home hungry. The only hot meal that they would receive would be from school. And so we started budgeting for about 200 kids a day, Monday through Friday. And they would come after school, we would feed them. We had a 1,200 square foot kitchen, and we put it to use. On the weekends, the children were going home hungry, didn't have anything to eat, so we started sending pantry homes with them. And they would take the pantry home, but unfortunately, many of them didn't know how to cook, and their parents didn't know how to cook either in some instances. So we started offering cooking classes for both the youth as well as the children. And then what we discovered is because we were working with juvenile justice involved youth as well as youth who were involved in HHS and foster care, we wanted to provide some type of soft skills and some training, specialized training. So I created an apprentice program, and in particular focusing on hospitality, food, and restaurant management, and so on and so forth. And with that, I created a catering program so they would understand the ins and outs of food and serving and hospitality. And then we created a restaurant so they can learn the front side of the house, the front end, and the back end, and everything in between. If we fast forward that some 12 years later, we now have the food enterprise, which continues that same concept and principles and offers those job skills. We just do it by way of a food truck now. And underneath that umbrella, we have 14 different food genres. So we switch up all the time. We go anywhere from vegan foods to smoked food, soul food, southern comfort, and everything in between. And we'll be adding 6 more by the end of the year. Chinese, Japanese, Mediterranean, African, Mexican, and many others. Taste of Heaven, many people don't know this, but I am also a preacher of the gospel. I pastor a church. I've been preaching now for 32 years, and the church that we organized and gave birth to 18 years ago, Koinonia and Friends of Christ, is our foundation. And so we like to do outreach, and we like to meet needs of the people, feeding and clothing and prison and homelessness and all those many different things. And as we were coming up with a name for the business, Taste of Heaven just seemed to be most appropriate, and it stuck. Here we are, Taste of Heaven. We want to offer you something that is tasty and something also that is reflective of our faith foundation. So if you notice on the vehicle, there's 3 very distinct individuals that I made large so everyone can see, and I gave a tribute. It's my mother, Valda Sanders, and my grandparents, Amanda Brannigan and Willie J. Brannigan. All of them have transitioned from this life, may they rest in peace, but they were strong supporters of mine, believed in me as an individual, and supported everything that I did.